Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be going over the wheat pennies from 1920 to 1929 that have errors and varieties that you should be looking for and that will increase their value. And the way that we'll do it is I've prepared a presentation with all the significant ones. Some you've probably already heard of, others are a little bit rarer, but I'll show the clear photos, explain how to search for them, and then explain the different price points based off of varying conditions that the errors will command. So we'll just get right into it and start with a penny I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. And we're going to be starting with one of the more well-known varieties on the 1922 pennies, and it's super valuable. First off, any 1922 penny is going to be valuable. Even if it has a strong D mint mark, it's still not a throwaway coin. It's going to be worth a few bucks at the very, very minimum. But you really do want to look for any 1922 no D coins. Now, the difference here, what we're talking about, is that sometimes there's a weak reverse where there's, really mushy details. You can see the lettering on this uncirculated coin appears, at best readable, but like E pluribus unum, basically washed out, the wheat ears, almost no definition. On the other hand, there's the strong reverse where, it's still very clear striking, but you still have the 1922 no D on the front, and that's one that you really want to look for. VF20 is going to be a $750 coin, AU53 is $3,500, and Mint State 63 is $50,000. So, I can't pretend that you're probably going to find this in pocket change. I found a 1922 no D. It was definitely the weak reverse, and that was a really cool find. That was probably like 5 years ago in a coin shop bag of wheat pennies. But the strong reverse, you still want to know the difference and look for that one. 1925 S wheat penny double die obverse is probably one that's a little bit better to look for, in the sense that not everybody knows that they've got it. There's significant extra thickness. The 1922, basically everybody's looking for it. This one I didn't know before I made this video. Significant extra thickness in the 9. On a worn coin, you can see a little bit of separation right there, and notching in that 9. Slightly different, also in the 1, as there's extra thickness across the board, there's gonna, that's the evidence of the doubling. XF40 is a $90 coin, AU53 is $130, and Mint State 63 red is $525. Now, one thing I always mention is these can fluctuate, especially because there's not a huge supply of these. So sometimes when it comes to the market, it's a nice example. 2 collectors want it and way drive up the price. And that can happen with more frequency from a more common coin. So anyways, just something to mention. There's also a 1925 S wheat penny Repunch mint mark. This one's very clear in terms of just it's a strong repunching with the S spread to the south of the main S. XF40 is a $100 coin, AU53 is $150, and Mint State 63 red is $850. So there's significant value because the 25S is not a super valuable coin normally, and I kind of like it. It's a very solid repunching. Sometimes it feels like the repunchings are a little bit of a stretch or just not super clear. This is not the case. This is very, very clearly evident. 1927 has a double die obverse that we can see prominently featured in the left-right spread in the west side of these letterings. In God We Trust, we see the split in the G, the O, the D strongly there. And then here it's more of a north-south spread with a slight, maybe east-west. There's a little bit of differentiation in terms of where the serifs are and kind of the base of the letters. The L is prominent, restruck. The B, it's a little bit tougher to see. It's not like super clear bars, but there's definitely a little bit of notching in the T, in the R. So anyways, definitely a good coin to look for. And again, this is a coin that's valuable even in the more worn condition. I'd imagine it would be tougher to diagnose on a VF25 coin, but they're still bringing about $150. AU53, that's probably when you're going to be able to see it, especially when you have the magnification, $300, and then Mint State 63 red, $700 coin. That's a good coin to find. And the thing is, on cool old varieties, there can be a lot of room to have a really high price because all that needs to happen is one collector. There's also the 1927D wheat penny repunched mint mark, and this one doesn't feel like, I was saying some of them are stretched. There's clear 2 bars here, In the D mint mark here, it seems to be more of a north-south, so there could be multiple repunchings, but VF25, $25, A53, $160, mint state 64, red brown is $1,200. So, just affirming the, it's smart to be checking coins that are already graded. It's not like all of these are going to be in the wild. There's often coins that end up in holders that, haven't been checked for errors. I was talking to somebody the other day who does this and meets a lot of success. There's also the 1928S wheat penny with a large mint mark. Now, it's tough to actually compare just the mint marks on two coins, but the big thing here is the prominence of the serif. Here, it's a lot more kind of mushy and normal. The serifs here are a lot clearer, clearly defined. It's separated from the body, and it's a $40 coin in VF20, $100 in AU53. Mint State 63, you see $250, and then a Mint State 65 red, great looking coin, is a $5,000 coin. So, definitely not something to overlook either. It seems like a strange error to be commanding that much money, but it does. So good to look for that one. And then lastly, we've got the 1929S Repunched mint mark. Now, the interesting thing on this one is it's tough to see. This is a mint state example, and it's not exactly the most prominent. If you didn't know to look for it, you might miss it, and that's a really valuable coin here. It seems to be more clearly defined, even though it's more worn, and you can definitely see, again, the north-south nature. VF25 is a $35 coin, AU53 is a $90 coin, and Mint State 65 red is a $2,000 coin. So, again, commanding a lot of value. These Repunch mint marks, they're no joke, nor is this large mint mark, even though I would personally value the 27 wheat penny double die obverse a lot more than some of those repunchings. It's not always the case. So keep an eye out and let me know if you find any of these errors.
Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me on my website, treasuretown.yt.com, Facebook, Treasuretown, Instagram @TreasuretownYT, or Twitter @Treasuretown_YT, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my future vids.